Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com, and this video is all about following the synchronicities or following the coincidences. Now, this is kind of an interesting concept that my wife and I have learned and understood, and we use and practice to this day. Now, we're all kind of moving forward in our business and in our lives, kind of maybe setting goals, loose goals, right? We have kind of an idea, a vision for the lifestyle business we want to create. We have a vision or an idea of what we want to bring out to the world or the kind of help we want to bring out to the world. But sometimes there's questions of like, how? Right? How do I actually do those things? And oftentimes we need to kind of ease our grip on the how. And I know watching my channel, I got a lot of nuts and bolts stuff. There's a lot of how-to information here, but sometimes it's really important for you to just trust in the process and to go with the flow in things. See what comes your way, see what synchronicities continue to appear in your life, and follow those synchronicities. Now, this is coming from a really interesting kind of experience I had this morning. So my wife and I are currently on a 10-day house sit in Bend, Oregon, amidst a long road trip. We've been planning on kind of readdressing a few projects that we've been neglecting a little bit over the last few months or years. So yesterday, my wife and I have been digging in on this, my wife especially, on this kind of one little leg of her business, right? It's an avenue, or it's kind of like just a leg of monetization, and it's a product offering, and we really haven't given it that much attention. So yesterday she digs in and starts working with it. It's essential oils, essentially, right? So to get kind of build out a funnel and build out our content and really make the essential oils aspect and avenue of our business that much cleaner, communicated effectively for our audience, etc., because they're a great match for our audience, and they're a physical product, which we don't get to sell many of. So it's kind of new territory. So anyways, we're digging in. Wife's working on that last night. I'm helping out as much as I can. I'm doing a few other things here and there too. This morning, I wake up, super interesting, and I got an email from a subscriber. And this subscriber was like, hey, Miles, I found your stuff. I'm kind of supporting my wife. And it turns out my wife, this person, is actually, he kind of found our website and found out about these essential oils. And he said that his wife was also working in this essential oils, and he was looking to learn how to support her and build a funnel and build an email list to help her drive traffic and kind of grow that side of her business. Literally one day after we dig in deep to kind of build out this essential oil side of our business, I get this email from someone. Never met him before, never heard from him before. In some senses, some people would consider him a competitor. I don't see life that way. I see him as a potential collaborator, but really what I see that as is a major synchronicity or a major coincidence showing me, it's one of those moments, it reflects back to me that yes, we're going in the right direction. This energy and effort that we're putting forth to kind of build out and round out this side of our business is indeed the right path. And it's that coincidental or synchronistic feedback that I'm getting that proves to me in my philosophy and my worldview that I'm on the right path. So it's a reaffirmation to keep doing more of that. Now, the Mayan culture, the ancient Mayan culture, who built the beautiful calendar, the big stone calendar that predicted the 2012 date and looks at some of these cycles, astronomical cycles that are massive. We're talking some cycles last 26,000 plus years. They didn't believe in time the way we do. They didn't believe in time as in 6 o'clock in the morning, then 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, right? The kind of 24-hour clock that we have, that wasn't the philosophy of time for them. They believed time was an experience, a series of synchronicities. And when you were on time, you were experiencing synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity. Does that make sense? So when you're in the flow, right? We all want to be in that flow state where everything comes easy. We're working on the right things. We know that we're going in the right direction, because then we have this sense of confidence in our life. We have this sense of like, cool, I can go do video number 22, video number 23, even though I've only got 10 subscribers at this point. I don't need that kind of feedback in order for me to feel like I'm doing the right thing, because I've got so many synchronicities lining up. I'm talking to people in the line of the grocery grocery store and they're asking me about the thing that I'm making videos on, or however that works out. You get that random text message or that random Facebook message from someone who's inquiring about what you're working on somewhere else. They didn't even know you were working on it, but yet it's coming up in different ways. So paying attention to what's going on in your life, staying observant to what's going on and the kind of feedback and the information you're getting from people, specifically very unrelated people, right? My channel, this channel you're watching, is more about internet marketing and nuts and bolts funnels and Facebook ads. It really doesn't have a darn thing to do with essential oils, and this may be the first video I've ever even mentioned essential oils, which I love, by the way, ever, right? But yet, this individual was inspired. They were intuitively driven to send me an email and mention that they're also kind of doing the same sort of overlap, a husband and wife combo in the essential oils world, right? And here I am working on that in my life. Bingo. I know for a fact, I feel like I just got proof from the universe, from the divine intelligence, from that oneness energy that flows through everything, that makes these trees behind me grow, that the gestation, you know, it is the divine intelligence that runs everything, right? Like, this is now giving me a signal in my life that I'm on the right path. And the goal for me in this video and sharing that story with you in these two examples has been to help you realize that staying observant in your world, staying observant with your friends, your family, the feedback, your messages, everything that you're getting, even sometimes, man, advertisements on television, movies, themes inside of movies. I've gotten this kind of intuitive, kind of inspirational, kind of like nudges that, yes, keep going, keep working on this essential oil thing. That's an important aspect of your business. Keep going. It comes from interesting places. So as you're growing your business, it's so easy for people to want to focus on how many leads did I get today, or how much money did I make today, right? Because there's so many fake gurus out there promoting, oh, look, oh, my income report, here's how much money I'm making. That's not the end goal. The end goal should be, how many people am I helping, and am I on the right path for the highest life I can possibly live, which is being of the most service I can be in this world. And the feedback loop for that comes in a little bit different way. Sure, you're gonna see money coming in, you're gonna see revenue coming in, sure, you're gonna see subscribers, you're gonna see leads, etc., but it's when you have those moments with synchronicity and those kind of alignments that literally, it's like Twilight Zone, like do 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 do. When you have those feelings of like, wow, that was kind of interesting, been working on this over here, and then all of a sudden this pops up over here, that is how you know you're on the right path. And that's your signal to keep going and follow that path. Now, that path can tweak, it can curve, it can give you sharp curves, you can get curveballs in the dirt. Things sometimes happen that leave us feeling like, whoa, why did that happen? I thought I was following it all. It got there because something else is lining up. It's been my belief forever. One more quick story for you. At one point, I was living in Lake Tahoe on the North Shore. We were kind of feeling like we were supposed to move. We moved up to Bend, Oregon for 3 months, which is where I am now. My parents relocated here. Totally interesting coincidence, right? We moved up to Bend and it didn't work for us. We were there for 3 months. It just didn't work. It was not a good vibe. We weren't in the flow state at all. And we were like, why did we get here, right? Like, I thought, like, it seemed like intuition, everything was pointing us that this move was the right move for us. We listened to that, we followed that, and we felt really down. We felt really like, why is this happening to us? Then we decided to move back to Tahoe, and the things that lined up for us in Tahoe, we found a great little cabin for a very low price, 1 block from the lake, walking distance with our paddleboards to be on the lake. It just, so many things. A new job lined up for my wife to manage a metaphysical store, which has crystals and incense, and she loves that stuff. So it wasn't even like a job. It was like so many things lined up for us. I landed new clients because I was still doing client work at that point. It was absolutely amazing, but we had to kind of go through that interesting challenge for 3 months of going to a place and moving twice and like, why are we here, in order for that new series of things to line up, because that's how synchronicity needed to line up for us, through us, in our life, to help us along our path. And I now know that that time here that was potentially could be looked upon as challenging or frustrating actually was one of the biggest benefits for my wife and I in our life, and it really kind of gave us that shift in our path further. So sometimes these synchronicities can raise interesting questions, but a lot of times it's just that reaffirmation, like that email I got this morning of like, oh, okay, this is where we're supposed to focus our attention. This is the right direction for us to go in. And now we've got other ideas synthesizing like, oh, okay, so now I can put out a few videos about this, and this, and I can kind of extend my teaching out to support the people who find us through that, etc. So Be aware, be observant in your life. Pay attention to the kind of feedback that you're getting. And again, specifically feedback that you're getting that's kind of a little bit more intangible than subscribers and revenue numbers, and stay open. Follow those synchronicities that appear. Follow those coincidences that appear. They're happening for reasons. There are messages hidden within. What they mean, only time will tell, right? Hindsight's 2020. It's easy for me to look back at that experience in Bend now from here and see all the benefits. But when I was in that moment, those 3 months there, I didn't feel the benefits, right? I wasn't like in tune with the zen of that experience in and of that time. It was challenging and frustrating. But now looking back, huge benefit in my life, and now I can see how that all played out. But again, hindsight is 2020, and I know that if you look into your life, you're going to notice some things, some synchronicities in your life that led you, potentially kind of helped steer the path of your approach and going down this river and going with the flow in a very positive way. So stay observant to those. I feel like the more that we're observant to those, we acknowledge them and we're kind of expressing gratitude for them, I feel like the more that they show up for us. And that is a really powerful way for you to follow those breadcrumbs in life. And that's where getting started is so important, because we get started, we take some action, and then we're aware of the feedback, both the tangible analytic stuff and just that kind of general sense of feedback we're getting from the world, and the path continues to appear. The goal is not to see the entire path before we start. The goal is to get started, to be of service, to give as much value as we can in the world, and then to be observant, pay attention to the feedback that we get, and adjust our course based on that. I hope you found this video to be entertaining and maybe enlightening and informative. If you did, give me a thumbs up here on YouTube. I do appreciate it. It helps me get the reach out. If you have any questions, or if you want to share a story of how this has worked out for you, or if this gave you like an aha moment, hit me in the comments below. I love reading your comments. I read every single comment that I get at this point. Still, I'm commenting on 90+% of every comment that I still get. I really enjoy this opportunity to be able to share with you. I honor it. I honor this opportunity to connect with you here. I take it very seriously, and I hope you found this video to be helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Be well.